Hi, and welcome to the fifth episode of my bodybuilding vlog, summarizing my journey to IFBB Elite Pro. I'm officially 32 days out. It's crazy, it's unbelievable how fast time runs, and that's something that one day was just a simple thought and a dream is about to manifest in my physical reality. It's insane because literally the third episode after this one is going to be pretty much me talking about my first ever experience on the stage. It's crazy, but I love it. Anyway, there is a lot that I want to share with you today, so let's dive right into it. First and foremost, I decided that from now on, I'm gonna be doing my shape comparison every episode because we're getting really close to the stage, and making these one time per month doesn't really make much sense anymore. So let's have a look and see how my body has changed and evolved in the past 2 weeks. Before getting to the actual numbers, most important number is that I lost 1.6 kilogram, which is 3.5 pounds. Correct. And my weight has been stable. So being 60.6 kilograms, I'm now 59 kilograms. And that's super, super cool. Like I had some small fluctuations like 59.3, 59.1. I haven't went below 59 yet. In 2 week time, given that I still eat quite a lot, I think that's a really, really good result. Next big achievement is that I lost 2 centimeters in my waist. So right now my waist is 64 centimeter. I have never seen that number on my measuring tape yet. That's a big achievement. Now let's look at the other number. So I got -1 centimeter in my chest, which is okay, I guess. I do feel that right now, like most of my fat, which I still have, is in the bottom part of my body, but I will get to that in a moment. I lost 1 centimeter in my glutes, and I lost half centimeter in my thigh. So the proportion in which I'm losing the weight is actually a really good proportion because the majority actually goes away from my waist and then the rest from the other parts of the body. However, I'm currently a little bit concerned about my thigh because I still don't see enough definition that I would like to see there, especially my quads and my glutes as well. But for women, it's harder to lose fat in those areas because of the biology. But I feel pretty confident that in next 30 days we're gonna see a good result. Let's talk about my emotional challenges. I wasn't even sure how to call them. So it's been a roller coaster again, and in the past 2 weeks it's been way more intense with way higher downs and way higher ups. Actually, to be very honest with you, it felt to me like there were more downs than ups. Apologies. I got Onyx, no. It felt to me that these 2 weeks I was um, way more bipolar than usually, and I generally also felt that I was getting more tired than I usually am. And partially, I think it's due to the stress that I have experienced during this week to do with some of my personal problems. But anyway, what I wanted to do in the beginning of the past 2 weeks is to record a 1 minute video in the end of the day to summarize my feelings and emotions that I experienced at that point. Unfortunately, only on the day when I started writing notes for this video, I realized that I only recorded 2 videos from intended 14, but I've been doing notes. Before I get into the breakdown of every day, let's watch the video that I recorded on the 7th of August, and then I'll cover briefly what's been happening afterwards. And then after this episode, I'm gonna make sure that I do record this 1 minute video so we have a full picture of what's been happening inside my head as we get closer to my stage date. Anyway, watch the video. So today is the 7th of August, about 7 weeks before my start, and like today I'm freaking out. Like I'm really emotionally unstable. Full stop. Yesterday, when I was editing my video, I was like so happy and talking about all these results and progress. Today I'm like completely opposite. Like I I see difference, I see the progress, but I just
I don't know, like something within me is just like fucking panicking. Like I'm silently like eating my elbows literally all day. Um, I've been having some weird car noise as well all day. Um, like feeling of somebody's trying to like steal something from me, which is completely irrelevant because nobody was. I was at home literally all day, and then I went to the gym, and that was it. Yeah, like I really want to like cancel out my entire life and only like do the prep. I really want to spend all my time just on the prep, but it's kind of impossible because life goes on and there are things that I have to deal with, and I, I'm struggling to find inner harmony today to manage my life outside of prep while also managing all the things that I want to do for the prep. So I don't know. Today is weird, and so far I've been and so far like I've been experiencing different emotions during this prep, but like this the whole the strange level of panic that I'm experiencing today. Oh shit! I almost killed myself. Maybe that's why I shouldn't be walking and recording videos. Anyway, so the level of panic that I'm experiencing today is like brand new. We'll see how it evolves.
So I do feel that video was pretty self-explanatory. The one thing that I didn't mention there was that on that day, I also decided that I gonna start taking caffeine-loaded pre-workout powders. And as you know me, and as you've been watching my previous episodes, I've been really against pre-workouts, and I've been against caffeine as well. But at this point in time, I do feel I have a need to start taking them just for the next, well, a little bit more than a month because I already started doing them. So month and a half before my competition season starts, just because I do feel more tired and I do feel more weak and I do feel like I need extra, push to get me through and be able to still progressively overload the exercises that I do in my training. So on that day, I actually made an order for two different products, and I'm gonna do a small review of them a little bit later today in this video. Next, I have my note from 11th of August, and that was the day when I had a friend visiting in town, and he wanted to go out, he wanted to party, he wanted to, maybe have some food and all, but like I really felt out of place because, he ordered some food and asked me like 35 times if I want to eat something, and I could not eat anything because, first of all, it was already late. Secondly, I already consumed all my macros that I was allowed per day. And third, like, even if none of the other two reasons were the reasons, I would still not eat out because of not being able to measure what I'm eating and not knowing the full transparency of what's being actually put inside the meal. So it was kind of awkward. I was just sitting there watching him eat and like drink, and I've been just sitting there with my glass of water. And waiters came to me like 100 times asking if I want to order anything, and the menu was in front of me. And honestly, it just felt so torturous. Like my coach been telling me that some athletes that she's working with, they actually like doing that. They go out with friends and watch them eat, and they cook some cool ass things that they cannot eat, but they cook those things for their friends and family, and then watch them eat. I'm like, yo, that's some crazy ass shit. Like, I cannot do that. Like, I'm the person who doesn't like teasing, right? Like, I either take what I want or I just leave and go elsewhere. I really don't like this type of, oh, it's here, it's in front of you, but you can't have it. Like, these games are not for me. I'm on the other side, right? Like, I could be the one giving it to you and not letting you take it, but I won't be the person who is being tortured like that, okay? Like, I'm really not into like being tortured by any means, by any person, the only thing that I'm okay with is the discipline that I put myself for myself. But that type of scenario, I don't see discipline in that. I see fucking mental torture. So after that, I became really frustrated, and I've been super like angry actually. I felt a lot of anger. So then I didn't go out, I didn't go dancing. I just went home and like I went to sleep because I really wanted my breakfast. I wanted to eat, even though I wasn't hungry, but I wanted that food. So I'm okay without social life, honestly, because it keeps me mentally sane. It keeps me sharp and focused on my goal. So, if I do have to eliminate people, I will. Like, I don't care so much about social life as, maybe other people my age do. So I'm choosing my goal. So the next notes that I have in my diary are actually going back to 15th of August, and that was kind of stressful day for me, and I made some stupid mistakes. So I had some problems in my personal life. I almost became homeless, um, like, and I almost became a victim of a scam. Like it's been a lot that happened on that day, and I don't want to get into detail. But what matters and what's important is that I stress ate. So I think that was probably the first time I stress ate in the past few months, and I just couldn't stop. I wanted to eat more, 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 and I've been like munching, all these things that were in my fridge. I pretty much ate most of my meal prep that I created for the coming days, and the good thing that all things that I've been eating were the good things. Like they were things that I'm allowed to eat. So I didn't like order pizza or like ice cream or cake, anything like that. But by 11 a.m., I already ate up like I don't know 3/5 of my daily supply, and I was already like almost out of my macros for the rest of the day, and that was still morning. So when I kind of realized what the hell am I doing, that I'm just like stress eating for like no reason, because in the end the problem solved itself. Like I still have to move out, but I don't have to move out now. I still have like time until 10th of September. So I spend the rest of my day starving. That's not good for my mind, for my body, for my prep. That's a toxic behavior, and I definitely don't think it was worth it, because it just turned into another day of torture for myself. So the next is 16th and 17th of August, and these 2 days were kind of weird because I've been craving sugar. I've been craving sugar like crazy motherfucker, honestly. All I've been thinking about were desserts for those 2 days, and that happened because somebody actually asked me. About what is going to be my cheat meal, my first cheat meal when I'm allowed. And I had no answer because consciously I was trying not, I wasn't even thinking, I wasn't even trying. Like, I just didn't think about it. I don't think it mattered so much. So, and then I was like, oh, actually, what would be my first cheat meal? So I started thinking, and I couldn't stop for 2 fucking days because what I realized that I wanted were vegan pancakes with bananas, loads of peanut butter, loads of like I want it now already. I'm saying all that on a camera, and I'm like, I'm visualizing and I'm feeling the flavor of those things. And I'm just like, fucking hell, like, don't even talk to me about food right now, okay? Like, I had to mute a friend who've been posting like a lot of food pictures on Instagram. Like, I'm not into that. I'm not getting satisfaction by looking at things that I can't have. Like, I'd rather don't have them in my reality. I'd rather have them don't exist. And then I can focus on things that I can have, things that I can exist and be happy about it. Alrighty, so nutrition. After I announced my new restrictions last in the last episode, I had a very brief and random conversation with my coach, and in that conversation, it somehow became evident that I'm also no longer allowed to eat spices. And by spices, I mean paprika, black pepper, chili pepper, cinnamon, and vanilla extract. So these were my top five go to spices that I was adding to my food to feel more flavor and more happiness, more excitement, and all that. So I honestly don't know how that information skipped my ears, or maybe it wasn't given to me at first, but it was shocking. It was so shocking that I became extremely furious. I became extremely angry. And if you follow me on IG, you've probably seen me complaining about it for like 2 days or something. And honestly, I wanted to be like, I'm not gonna, stop doing that. I'm not gonna stop taking chili. Like, I was okay with paprika, black pepper, okay, but like removing chili from my diet and cinnamon and vanilla extract, I was like, no. But then, after 24 hour of like rejection, I had a thought, and the thought was that imagine what happens if you don't get your promo card for the end of the season because you've been eating chili. That kind of put things in place for me. Like, who is stronger, me or chili? Like, me or chili? Honestly, like, is it even a conversation to have? Fuck it. Fuck it. Honestly, like, I gotta give up chili. I gotta do it. And again, if you know me well, you know how much I love spicy food. So for me, like, giving up on chili turned out to be even more harder than giving up on things that I do love eating more. Things that actually do have particular flavors and textures and associations and everything. Like, that was a discovery for me. I never knew that I was so attached to the chili. So the only seasonings that I'm allowed to take at the moment is the salt and dry herbs. And dry herbs mean things like basil, like dried coriander, like everything that used to be a leafy green, but now is dry. So those things I'm allowed. So I can still have some flavor to my food, right? It's not just all plain without it. Since my macros changed, I kind of struggled a little bit keeping up 130 grams of protein per day, given that my carbs went down. Because before I used to eat a lot of foods that would have high carb and high protein. I asked my coach if I can take more protein powder because I was told to have only one portion per day, and it was just not working. Like, I couldn't reach that protein intake. So we decided to change 1 to 1.5 for now to see how my body evolves with that amount of protein. What I tried doing instead, I tried like eating a lot of mushrooms instead, but then I realized that I'm also getting a lot of problems in terms of digesting them. Overall, I've been good with my macros. That was the only part that I'm still kind of struggling a bit. The rest was easy. There was only one day on the 18th of August where I kind of fucked it up my carb intake. I took 20 grams more carbs than I should have because I kind of ran out of food at home and there was no opportunity for me to leave the house. So I've been just like eating what was available. And when I realized like what I had eaten, I was like, oh shit, I really like overate on carbs and I really didn't take enough of protein. So I kind of like stuffed myself with like double amount of powder. And then I was like, what did I do? I should have just left it as it was. I did a lot of trial and error during these 2 weeks in terms of like foods and realizing what effect they have on me. What I learned is that I shouldn't be taking any beans and I shouldn't be taking any chickpeas, at least for now, because they make me really bloated. Like, I don't have problem digesting them, but I just blow up like a balloon. That I shouldn't take the porridge made out of dried peas together or right after or right before I do my lentils. Like, whatever I choose from the grain, it has to be just that grain. Why? Same reason. It makes me bloated. I'm struggling to digest that food. Going back to mushrooms, if I do take more than 200 grams of mushrooms per day, again, I turn into balloon. From time to time, little amount is good, but like trying to hit my protein intake by eating loads of mushrooms at this stage is not a good thing to do. So I gotta have to cut down on my mushroom intake. If not, maybe remove them completely because it's making some weird things in my stomach. Been eating beyond burger meat, but what I learned is that the more I eat it, the more hungry I become. So they probably add something to this fake artificial food that makes you want to eat more of it. And I do think it's sugar, honestly. I don't think they put it on the package, but I think it's loaded with sugar and similar, substitutes. But whatever they do, I'm gonna probably stop eating them as well because At this point, the less hungry I am, the better it is. All right, so I also been tracking in terms of like what were my most eaten products in the past 2 weeks. Lentils is number 5. Number 4, sesame oil. Number 3, broccoli. Number 2, cauliflower. And number 1, avocado. So these were my top 5 products that I've been consuming in the past 2 weeks. Now I want to look into my breakfast bowl because I actually don't know how long I'm still gonna be allowed to eat it, and that's the best part of my day, honestly. Like every day, I'm just like waking up with so much, passion and excitement to have my breakfast. So in terms of my lunch and dinner options, they all kind of look the same. So I don't think I photographed every single one like I did for the previous episode. But here you can still see some of the meals that I've been creating. So next, I want to kind of share with you how I'm dealing with some of my cravings. So when I do want to like eat throughout the day, I'm just like picking up on the small pieces of cauliflower. It's kind of bizarre, but that's kind of how I'm like snacking. And for my sugar and dessert cravings, what I do, I actually blend BCAs with some of the ice, and then I take it as a sorbet. It's kind of bizarre, but again, it works to fool my brain into thinking that actually I'm having a dessert. Now, some other crazy news. All right, call me insane, call me crazy, but I ordered 10 kilograms of buckwheat and it arrived. So for people who don't know, buckwheat is like super amazing grain that I don't. I've never seen it being like sold anywhere outside of like Eastern European countries, and it's super tasty. It's super delicious. It has a lot of really good nutrients and vitamins. It's like heavy on protein and on carbs as well. I would put it next to the lentils, but the taste of it is just so nice and like it reminds me of my childhood and like growing up in the grain and everything. Like it's just too good. My plan now is to completely remove all the other grains like lentils and the green peas and only focus on buckwheat because it's just super nice. And also when you boil it, it kind of expands a lot, so it actually looks like you have a lot of food on your plate, which is like super good. It's a great way to fool your brain into thinking that you eat a lot. So that's me being happy about the buckwheat. That's my 10 kilograms of buckwheat, just so you have the reference and size. Honestly, if not my dieting, this would have been gone in like, I don't know, 3 weeks. But because I am limited in the amount that I can eat per day, yes, Onyx, it's probably gonna last for 2 months. Onyx not gonna eat all of it himself. Awesome. And as I promised, I want to show you the two products that I bought. So these are the two types of pre-workouts. First is from TNC and the other one is from ON. And I am just going to show you the videos that I took when I took them and after I took them so you can understand and see from the first person type of experience how I felt about this particular product. So here we go. This one I got from my local supplement guy. I did my checks online and TNT takes 146th place among the best pre-workout powders. Here's what's inside. So comparing to the others, it still has like adequate amount of caffeine. It's 200 milligrams. Most others have 300. So yeah, gonna give it a go. To my surprise, it's a pretty big spoon, I have to say. I have the same spoon for amino acids. But yeah, I mean, I just gonna stick to instructions. They say 1 spoon, so I'm gonna have 1 spoon. Let's go. The taste is good actually. It's nice. It's not too chemical, surprisingly. Like the latest amino acids that I got had a way more chemical taste than this. It's 25 minutes since I took it, and I already feel like I'm being electrocuted. But to be honest, like I feel less electrocuted from this one than from the energy drink that this guy gave me 2 weeks ago. So that's already a good thing.
So I just came out of the my training session, and I actually had a really good time. Like I definitely felt like I was cooking high in the beginning, but once I got to the gym, I really had an amazing session. I was like super focused. I take larger load, and that's actually really dangerous because I see how somebody can fall into the trap of taking that stuff every day. So I received my second pre-workout. I haven't tried it yet because it's kind of 9 p.m. After looking at the component list, I'm actually thinking that TNT that I got before is not being transparent. Like, there's no way that is the entire list of ingredients of what's actually inside. But anyway, I'm curious to see how I'm gonna feel tomorrow. Taking the ON green apple instead. I'm gonna unbox it today anyway, just to see the scoop size, look at the powder, to smell it. You know what? I have these nails for a reason. It's identical to the other scoop that I have in the TNT. So yeah, tomorrow we'll see how it feels. So I'm trying new pre-workout from ON, and damn, the taste is actually really good. Like it's dangerously good. It's so good I could drink it all the time, which is not a good thing at all. And that's the catch. It actually took longer to feel the effect comparing to the TNT. In this case, I think it took about like 30 to 40 to fully get into the effect. So in the beginning, I really didn't feel any difference, but then later, I realized that it is working because I started like throwing more plates. I was like, yeah, I can take more. I can take more. And then I was like, hold on a second, be reasonable. um, I didn't feel any electro cuting like I did when I took the TNT for the first time. I enjoyed it. Felt softer, but in a good way. Maybe it's more natural. Hard to say. I mean, with all these substances, I don't think any of them are natural, despite what they put on the packaging. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna do my liver detox after this whole thing is over. When I get my pro card.
All right, let's talk about training. Pre workout helps a lot. And even though I was kind of skeptical in the beginning, as you saw, in terms of like taking it on a daily basis, I've been taking it on a daily basis, and I will continue taking it on a daily basis until the whole prep is over. As I said, I've been worried about my legs. I do feel that they're not defined, they're not big enough, they're not good enough, they're not, ready enough. I've been doing like more progressive overload on my leg days, and pre-workout helps. It helps me to, actually add more weight and take it and have enough energy and endurance to power through all that weight that I add to myself. We did though change to glute exercises, and I just didn't feel enough of engagement. So we decided to change them. So we moved them from reversed hyperextensions into reverse kickbacks. And reverse kickbacks are much better because I can add way more load to them. I'm still not doing any cardio, which is kind of crazy. Only the cardio that I'm doing is traveling around the town on my bicycle and like walking around doing my like daily steps. I still add a little bit of like elliptic trainer from time to time, but I don't know. Like I feel like I need to do more cardio. My coach is against it, so we have this sort of like debate whether I should be doing more cardio or not. I'm just trying to like listen to myself, but also listen to her and find some avenue in between. I've also been told that from now on I should be doing my vacuum exercise for my stomach, so I have a better control of it when I'm on the stage. And I actually used to do vacuum for like 2 years nonstop every single day, but again, when I kind of felt off my rails, so when I went into this like weird depression, I stopped doing them. I usually do like 3 sets of 3 different styles. So the first, I just inhale all the way in and then I push in and out. The second one is I do the wave in both directions. And then the third, I just inhale and I hold for as long as I can. These are the 3 styles that I do. And I try to do 3 sets on each every morning. Last week, I decided to record my whole walk, my whole solo defile. That's how we call it. Which pretty much involves the walk sideways to the judges, the forward walk, the backward walk, all 4 poses, spins, turns, everything. There is a lot of work that still needs to happen, and I sent it to my teacher. So after watching that video, she actually sent me a long message, and here's like detailed translation of it. I'm not gonna read it all out loud. You're welcome to pause the video and read it if you like, but there were five main takeaways. And the first takeaway was that I have a lot of tension in my hands. Like my hands are like super strained and super tense, like in all poses, in all walks, in all turns, like everywhere. Then the second one is that when I do the walking, I work too much with my shoulders and I don't work enough with my hips. Like I need to initiate the movement more from my hip and then let shoulders follow. And what happens is that I actually initiate the movement more with my shoulders and then my hips don't do enough of work. So I need to focus more on my hips when I'm doing all types of walk, especially the walk backwards. And the third one was that I overdid my first frontal pose, that I sent my hips to the back, and I shouldn't be doing that. I should only have an arch in my lower back. The fourth was that in my back position, I'm not lifting my right buttock high enough, and that's also been a problem for some time. So I need to make sure that my glutes are all in one line. Fifth point is that in my second side position, I'm taking my free arm too far out, and I'm not opening my lats enough, and that I need to keep my feet closer to each other. It's not a bad feedback, it just points out on the things that I need to improve to be perfect, because the goal is to be perfect. The goal is to get my pro card this season, which is going to be the third international competition between 10th and 11th of November. Mark that day. That's the day when I'm getting into my pro league. So what I did after, like I've been doing obviously a lot of practicing afterwards, and then I recorded a newer version of it. And after talking to my teacher again, like she was happy to see improvement, that my walk is getting better, my hands are a little bit more relaxed. I still need to improve my walking backwards, which is still my weakest point. And I am getting my buttocks in the same line, but what happens now is like when I do my back pose from the turn, I'm not turning my hips enough all the way forward. So I end up like staying a little bit tilted. In the video, you can see that I fixed it later, but once I got into position, they were like facing a little bit on the angle, and that should not happen. They should be like right, perfect, facing forward from the first second. So I also find it easier to get in a right back position after walk. Second back position is like solid. The first one is like still so because I got into it from the turn, not from the walk. Something that I noticed, something that I need to work on, but it's good that I know it, right? Like I know what my problems are, so I can improve them. So also between then and now, I've been working on my third turn to the right, primarily on the work of my hands, removing the hair that I don't have, which is kind of funny and awkward. Like I don't really understand what I'm doing. Like I know the movement of my hands, but I don't feel the weight of the hair. So I'm like putting and removing the hair that I don't have, which is really, really funny. So I do feel like once I do get my hair, I need to like practice more, playing with actual hair, because it may feel and look very different when I actually do have hair. And I also started like finalizing my second turn to my fourth turn to the right. I got access to the next lesson, so I actually have like lessons online that I'm doing, and then once I pass one, I get access to the next one, then so on and so on. So I've been looking into the work of my body and my feet. And now the next lesson will be this week, where I will finalize the work of my hands. And then I got my full 360 spin, so I can then focus on little details and making it more perfect, and obviously making sure that my walk is really, really good. I do have like one problem, and the problem is that I don't really have a place where I can continue practicing my posing, because at the gym I got banned from using the room that I use for posing, because apparently I cannot be there in bikini, which is like completely ridiculous and bizarre because nobody's using that room. And here in my building, the room that I used to use, it also has like a long mirror. They closed the room for the renovations because they are still struggling to put AC there for like 2 weeks now. So and in my apartment, I just don't have like space and mirrors to be able to like, do all of it. And of course, I'm still doing it. I'm recording videos and I'm going back and forth and checking them, but I lose a lot of time by doing that. Like, I really need like a full body mirror that I can use and pose in front of, so I can, see mistakes and correct them quickly without losing any time walking forward and backward to my phone. I need to improve, so I really have to make sure that I spend 30, 40 minutes every single day, every single day, every single day. So I do see results that I want. That's from this point, we're getting to the other exciting part, which is my stage look. And I paid for everything. I paid for everything, and now I feel like I have nothing. By everything, I mean my hair, my jewelry, my bikini, because everything is ready and everything is being shipped to me right now. I think in the end, when I do my episode in like 3 episodes about my experience on the stage, I gotta write down a list of all expenses that it took me. Um, I'm already scared. Like it's gonna be crazy. But anyway, let's talk about good things for now. So here's a sneak peek of my bikini and my jewelry that is ready, that has been shipped to me. It's coming from Finland. It's gonna take a little bit of time to get delivered, but it's all ready, so I'm super, super happy about it. Obviously, it's not black and white, as you can imagine. Like, it has color. I'm not gonna show what color it is until it's my stage day. But I should get the bikini and jewelry together in one package, hopefully sometime this week. And same as my hair. My hair is being shipped from UK. It's being picked up by DHL guy today, and also will arrive within 4 working days to my address. So yes, next video that you will see, I might even wear it. So I got a number of makeup artists that I want to talk to about my stage makeup. I'm not sure if it's the right person yet. So we're gonna see how we like, vibe and everything, and then I'm gonna book a trial of my makeup when my bikini arrives, so we can actually see how it all fits together, and also schedule a photo shoot, because I really want to capture, that image that I'm building. I spoke about nails with my coach, and it is truth. Like, I would have to make sure that my nails are beige or like white color, like beige or white, like cream color or French, because nails like these and the crazy colors that I usually wear are not allowed on a stage. But my everything is so bright, so I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna look nice. It's gonna have that note of elegance to it, which I don't usually have. So I'm kind of looking forward to trying something new on my nails inclusively. And I also started like researching like fake tan options, and I was like, why am I looking online if I can just ask my coach who has a lot of experience in that? And usually, what she told me, the competition organizers would have a booth where they would have a professional that would just spray you on the day, but not all competitions have that. So I need to reach out to the local organization here in Mexico who are running the competition in September and find out if that's the case. If so, happy days. I don't need to worry about it. If not, I've been told that this brand, Jan Pana, is actually one of the best brands for fake tan, and I'm just gonna order it in case, just better have it than not have it. And then, if I don't need it, I don't need it. I can use it maybe some other time, but it's not too expensive. It's like $37. So I'm just gonna get it. Then I've been a good girl. I've been doing my Spanish homework. I found my teacher. I think it's hard to find a perfect teacher. at least, the teacher that I have now, we have understanding, and she prepares me for the competition. We watch videos together, we break them down. She gives me words like nouns and verbs to learn and to practice and make my own sentences with, that I might need on the stage, behind the stage. So it's a conversations around the subject. It's all around the industry, and it helps. I do feel like I learned things. I got new vocabulary in my brain. I understand better, the whole structure, how verbs are changing, and everything around it. And I'm really excited because tomorrow actually we're gonna have a session, and she gonna basically test me on my posing in Spanish. So I'm actually also super excited about it because she's gonna call out all the things I need to do in Spanish, and I'm gonna do them as if I were on the stage. So we're gonna have a mini rehearsal in Spanish. Like I think it's a really genius idea. So I'm excited about it, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'll make sure to record it as well. And last but not least, I've been expanding my Flexify brand, which is completely unrelated to my prep for the competition. But I just want to put it out there that I'm currently open for one-to-one private coaching in flexibility and in fitness. So if you're looking to train with me, and if you're looking to improve your flexibility and your fitness, then do make sure to check out the link below. So all you need to do is to fill the form with some of your information and what you would like to do. And in the end of the form, you will be offered every time to have a conversation with me to discuss your goals and to make the most appropriate plan for you to achieve your goals as well. So make sure to check that link in the bio. And in the meantime, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I see you all in 2 weeks. Make sure to stay fit. Have a good one.